Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for mid-March 2023. We're just going to jump right in here and see what is going on for you at this time. This is going to be a free flow reading. You have this perfection card. It says you will do much better than expected. There you go. And I would avoid perfection at this time. It's kind of weird. I've noticed that in the middle of this month, a lot of signs they haven't had cards like this, like perfection, but they've just had things like, sometimes I think the Seven of Cups, for example, can be a card of like overcomplicating things, like thinking that a project requires a lot more than it actually does, or, trying to perfect something. So, I do feel this is like kind of saying, make progress at this time, obviously. And, that will lead to a lot more success for you here. I do feel some of you, there's like something that you want to get unstuck as well. We actually see that right here. And going to the Eight of Wands as well. The Eight of Wands is quick movement. I kind of feel like this is what you're experiencing right now is Eight of Swords. Is like, and are you kidding? Exactly what I was talking about. The Eight of Wands is like quick movement, but Eight of Swords is no movement. She is stuck, but she's keeping herself stuck. So, for some of you, I feel like there's something you have to do to set yourself free here. But, I would let go of perfection. You have the Three of Pentacles, which again can be a card of perfection. He is, it's really a card of quality work, and he kind of has gone above and beyond, by the way. This right here is a fire triangle. This right here is a water triangle. The water triangle on the Three of Pentacles, it kind of represents, just that little bit extra, going that little bit extra step to make something, beautiful or whatever. So number one, if you're working on any projects, again, I wouldn't try to be perfect, but I do think over delivery is a good idea sometimes. But what I would say here is, again, I feel that some of you are already at this point where something you've been working on is kind of like as perfect as it can be. So, I think it's time to start like, putting it out into the world, Aquarius, or, start talking about it, whatever the case may be. I also feel, as always with you, teamwork makes a dream work. Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork. You have this Nine of Wands here. Nine of Wands is, of course, the wounded warrior. So I do feel like some of you have to open up to something to be set free. You have the Eight of Wands to the Eight of Swords. Again, I can't get away from that in your reading. And I feel this Nine of Wands is connected to that situation. I'm not suggesting you're like going back to the past or anything along those lines, but what I would say is that there could be communication here, and it could be from a past person. You have the Page of Swords, which could be spying. If you're the one that's spying, I would communicate, because, again, that could end this cycle. I almost feel like this is something that is ending, but it's not like you're going back to the past. I want to stress that. It doesn't even have to be love. It could be like a friend or an ex-friend or something along those lines, but this might only make sense for some of you, but I feel like something needs to be cleared up here so that things can move on, right? Move forward. You even have the Ace of Wands, which is like a total brand new beginning. There's this castle in the background that's crumbling, and it kind of represents out with the old, in with the new. So I feel like there are new opportunities. I feel like there's new inspirations coming in for you with the Ace of Wands. I also feel like there's a lot more happiness coming in for you with the Ace of Wands. And that's like the direction I would move in here. With the Ace of Wands, towards your desires, towards excitement, towards something new. I also feel like I would be careful of this right here, going up. You have the Ace of Wands getting super excited about an idea. You have the Nine of Pentacles, pretty good card actually. It is a card of independence, but then you go to the Eight of Swords, which could be like, if you find yourself, in any area of life, if you find yourself getting to a certain point, but then you stop and get stuck or turn around, I would look at those, points where you get stuck, where you can't move forward. It's like maybe you always make it to like 6 months in a relationship. Maybe you always make it to, $50,000 a year and you can't go above that, whatever it is. It's like we all have these, stories in our lives. And you have that Scales card, which I feel is the answer. I've been saying it for like 2 years now, that the answer to the next like 20 years, the rest of your life really, is the Justice card, cause and effect. It's like, can you experiment your way out of something? Or if you reach a certain level, what changes can you make to blast past that level? With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. There's something about communication here that I was getting, so that's for some of you. But I also feel, the Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness, and I'm a big fan of learning for you, specifically Aquarius. So anything new you can learn. You even have the King of Swords going this way. King of Swords could represent like a mentor or a person that you look up to, someone who's, smarter than you. And if you can learn from that person, you could even be, you don't have to learn from them directly. I feel like that would be very beneficial. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Star card, which is you showing up here. So, that puts you in a position of power and strength. But I also feel this is kind of like saying, don't give up on something that you want to accomplish. I really do feel that this reading is encouraging you to push past something that you would normally give up on, right? With that Eight of Swords. And especially if you're working towards like a project or a business, I feel like this is saying, keep going. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah. I like I said, this is your solution. Look, 2 scales, or the scales right here. So Six of Pentacles is my card of planting seeds. It's my card of experimentation. And it's like, so again, if you make a certain amount of money every single year and you've never been able to break that barrier, it's probably because you're doing the same things, right? And so Six of Pentacles says like educate yourself on ways to double your income or make more money. Pay attention to the 80-20 rule. Again, changed my life. It's like, you get 80% of your results from 20% of the work that you do. So what you do is you double down on the 20%. Then you'll, in theory, maybe you don't double your income, but you can make more money. So it's like there are some seeds that need to be planted. Also, are there limiting beliefs? On top of that, do you have bad habits, right? It's like you make 50,000, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm a baller now, and then you go and blow it all at the casino, right? It's like this is saying like what habit change can you make that will allow you to set yourself free from this Eight of Swords? The Eight of Swords really suggests that there are many different things that you could do. You have that Seven of Cups, which is kind of like being spoiled for choice. And you have the King of Swords, which says there's probably like an expert or people that you can learn from to break through these barriers. Next, you have this Driftwood card. It says, go with the flow. Trust where the universe is taking you. Again, some of you could be walking away from something with that Eight of Cups showing up. You could be making other changes in your life as well. And I do feel this is encouraging you to kind of like keep pushing forward. We have the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, of course, is a card of, carrying a heavy burden. But he's about to have a harvest. As I always say, he planted those wands. In this home in the background here, it kind of represents, once he gets there, he will be having his harvest. So he needs to like keep pushing. He needs to see something through to the end. So I definitely feel that for you here. You have this Nine of Pentacles. I do feel like some of you could be feeling lonely or alone. It is popping into my head. Obviously that's not going to be true for all of you, but what I would say here is like, number one, not really a love reading, but if you want love, I do feel it's here. You have the Page of Pentacles, which could be a new person. You have the Page of Swords, which could be a person who has their eye on you as well, but it could also be you. But really, this is a card of your environment. There's this like little snail right above my finger here, and the snail in the tarot represents, the fact that snails wear their homes on their back. And I am a big fan of, like, literally last year, I did environment readings because of Libra. And yes, you're not a Libra, but I don't care. You're an air sign. And you have Libra here, basically Six of Pentacles. You have the Scales card as well. And so what I would say is I literally did that because of Libra, but really air signs. Like, to me, if things are not improving in your life, it has to do with your environment, like the things that are around you. But again, this doesn't even have to mean, you don't have to move, for example. It just means, like, are there changes you can make that would improve your life? The other thing that I would say is, are there things that are affecting your life that just don't seem important but actually are? Like, I don't know, sleep, for example. It's like I think some people don't realize how important optimizing sleep is. And it's like once you optimize your sleep, then other things in your life can greatly improve as well. It's like it kind of has a spillover effect. And it's definitely popping into my head with this Nine of Pentacles. It's like there might be certain things that are in your environment or have to do with your body or whatever, that will have an improvement in many other areas of your life. But you're going to have to look at those things. So I'd say look at where you're lacking or slacking, either way. And I feel if you can make those improvements and kind of like improve your environment, then you're just going to feel a lot better. It's going to have a spillover effect. Like that's kind of what I get here. You have the Eight of Cups. Again, I do feel like some of you are kind of like walking away from things that no longer serve you. I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the reading I said uncertainty, and that's like the word I get here on the Eight of Cups. I don't get the like traditional Eight of Cups meanings for you here, Aquarius. I'm getting more I'm uncertain about the future. So some of you might have some uncertainties, or you might not be so sure like where you're going or the direction your life is heading. But I would like keep pushing forward. It's like that uncertainty that it could be scaring you the most right now. But I feel like you're heading towards like good stuff. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Are you kidding? Yes. The Ten of Pentacles is the tree of life. So, the Ten of Pentacles represents everything that you want. I really feel like you have to keep pushing forward. Like, don't run back to the past. And I'm not referring to love here only. I'm referring to everything. It's like sometimes I think we want to start a business, then we get scared and we go back to a job or something like that. So, I feel like this is saying keep pushing. You're building, leaving a legacy. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords, fear. Seven of Swords represents internal fears that don't exist. So I would be very careful of that. It can also represent lying, cheating, stealing. And some of you, there could have been like a third party thing here. That could be the person that is coming back to apologize or whatever is going on here. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. And I kind of feel like this is you. Like, I feel like you're stone cold. Stone cold Steve Austin. It's like you're, putting up a wall here. So, and by the way, I don't see anything wrong with that, especially if someone lied to you. So, I feel this could be you kind of putting up boundaries, but I would also protect yourself so it doesn't like mess up your day. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Magician. The Magician is a card of attraction. We go Magician to the Eight of Wands, to the Seven of Cups, being spoiled for choice. So with the Magician, all we have to do is like focus on what we want and we get it. So again, focus on the cup that you'll want with the Seven of Cups, with which could be whatever you want. Could be abundance, love, whatever. So I feel your focus is going to be important. Next, in your next row, you have this wheel card that says endings and beginnings. You also have a scales card that says justice and documents on it. So some of you could be a divorce situation, King of Swords, endings, beginnings, justice, kind of putting it all together here. For others, I feel like this is talking about a more balanced new beginning. Again, I really get that cause and effect thing going on here with the scales card. It's kind of like the justice card, and justice is cause and effect. Like if you put energy into something, what do you get back from it? You have the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the King of Swords. For some of you, maybe you've been stuck on the wrong side of the scale. Maybe you've been giving to the wrong things. And, number one, don't beat yourself up. Number two, I feel it's time to start giving to the things that make you feel free. Eight of Wands is something that happens like very, very quickly. Eight of Wands is very fast. And the Eight of Wands kind of says you need to focus on the things that are going to move your life forward the fastest to be more successful. And that's what I feel like you need to do here with the Eight of Swords, is set yourself free from things that are keeping you stuck. I also feel like this is like encouraging you. I don't know. I have the words, don't be a victim of your circumstances. And again, take it how it resonates. Someone always gets offended when I say something like that. They're like, how dare you say I'm not a victim? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, you're a victim. Good for you. Congratulations. But what I would say is, I feel like this is encouraging those of you who don't want to be a victim. There's like something you could do to change your circumstances, and hopefully we get more details on how to do it. You have the Eight of Wands. Again, Eight of Wands is a card of your focus, number one, so that could be one way. Eight of Wands, was traditionally the arrows of love, meaning we always tell the universe what we want in love, and the universe responds, and we get love. So I feel like you need to like focus on the type of love you want here. I also feel this could be communication coming in for you here with this energy. I'm not so sure I like it, Aquarius. Like for a small percentage of you, I feel there could be a person who's like, oh, look, I finally improved my life. 10 of Pentacles. I have all this money now, and I'm ready to be with you. And it's like, okay, who cares? I feel like that's your attitude. If like someone is coming back here and being like, look, I'm ready now. It's like, okay, well, who cares? Where were you? the whole rest of the time, right? So I kind of feel like you're over it. I feel like this is where you are right here, is the King of Swords. You're probably putting up boundaries, or you have your sword up, or you're not taking it very seriously. So I definitely feel that. I also feel this could be a major solution to any issues that you're having. King of Swords, as I always say, he is like a mentor, but he can also represent a person who can solve your problems very quickly. I always tell people, like, if you're having a health problem, go to the doctor. They can probably solve it very quickly. If you're having a legal issue, go to the doctor. They can probably solve it very quickly. So, it really kind of represents solving a problem very quickly. Let's see. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, like, Five of Pentacles is calling attention to your weaknesses. So, like I said, it's funny that I said don't be a victim of your circumstances. It's not saying that you might not have money. It's not saying that you might not be a victim, but it's saying, like, calling attention to it isn't helping anyone, including yourself. So, Five of Pentacles is a card that says focus on your strengths. And I feel like you need to, the second you focus on the things that you do have, then, things are going to start working for you in a big way. So, that's what I'd focus on. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. And you have the Ten of Wands twice going this way, so it'll be interesting to see what we get up here. But, I feel for some of you, you definitely could be experiencing burdens. I also do feel it's saying, like, if a person, comes in to communicate with you, it could create some burdens. So I would be careful of the past. With the King of Swords, you have the Chariot. Yes, this is the quickest way to victory right here is the King of Swords. So again, I feel like the King of Swords could say, if you have a big problem in your life, get an expert to help you. Maybe even, it doesn't even have to cost money, right? You could have a problem. There's like, you can learn everything you could possibly imagine on YouTube for free. So, if you put your thinking cap on, or if you go to the library and read some books about whatever your problems are, again, I feel like you will solve your problem very, very quickly. With that Chariot card especially. This doesn't even have to be a problem. It could be a good thing. Like, again, maybe you want to break through a barrier. Maybe you're only making $50K a year, like I said, and you want to make 75 or 100. I feel like this is saying learn, and you will do it very quickly. Next, you have this Winds of Change card. It says your surroundings, are you kidding? It says your surroundings will undergo a transition. I'm telling you right now, this is all about your environment. I feel like once you correct your environment, then everything else in your life is going to kind of follow. So I would make sure to create an environment of success. I always tell people, it's like, here, I have like a million things that I need to turn on to get started every single day. If I had to do that, I wouldn't do it, right? So I have one button over here. Everything's plugged into one thing. So I hit that button, everything turns on, right? It makes my life so much easier, removes the resistance. So it's like, are there things that you can do in your life to create an environment of success, And that's what I'd be doing here. Wherever you want to be successful, wherever you want to feel good, like clearly there's a change. You have the Seven of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Seven of Cups says you're kind of spoiled for choice, so I feel like there are a lot of options. I would focus on like one thing at a time here with the Seven of Cups, because there's like some confusing energy if you're focusing on a million things at once. So, keep your focus. You also have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores. I do feel there are a lot of improvements. It's kind of interesting because, like, if you've been thinking about an ex or something like that, Aquarius, I feel like this could be like the first week where, and I'm talking about yes, I know this is a mid-monthly reading, but I'm talking about like the first week of the middle of the month. I feel this could be like the first week where you really, really kind of feel like things are getting better, like things are changing. Maybe you're not thinking about it as much and you're kind of starting to move on. This could be other things as well. You have the Page of Swords. Again, Page of Swords could be a person who's spying on you. I would block any exes if you don't want to hear from them or whatever the case may be here. But I also feel the Page of Swords is encouraging you to be a detective. Again, I really feel this could be a major solution for you in the middle of the month. Like, the Page of Swords, he is kind of like a detective. If he has a problem, he digs into it and learns how to fix it. Doesn't even have to be a problem. Like I said, it's like we all want like more love. We all want more money. We all want more whatever. And it's like he looks at how he can do those things, how he can get more of what he wants. So I definitely get the energy for you here where it's like learning is going to be your best friend at this time. So let's see where this is going. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. Could be some sort of separation here that is kind of causing some burdens in your life. So again, if there is a separation that has caused burdens, like I said, I do get that, I kind of said it earlier, where I do get like the need for closure or hoping for closure. So maybe you need to communicate to let go of these burdens, or it could be a person who is communicating, who is letting go of burdens, with you. So, I don't know, take it how it resonates. I actually kind of feel like it could be kind of healing with that Three of Swords, but obviously, again, I like to stress that if you were like dating a person who was dating 900 other people, it's like, do you really want that closure? Do you really want to know that they were dating your mother, your brother, your cousin, your dad? Like, do you really want to know that? Probably not. So, again, it's going to be different for all of you, but take it how it resonates. But what I would say here is that, I do feel it could cause closure. I'll say that. With the Six of Swords, yes, you have the Five of Swords, which is like a separation. Some of you definitely could be going through a separation here. What I would say is Six of Swords, like improvements, moving on to calmer shores. So I do feel like there are improvements coming in here. And with the Page of Swords, you have the Five of Cups. Yep, Five of Cups, he just has to turn around and see that there are new opportunities behind him. And that's exactly what I would be doing here. For some of you, I don't think this is a bad reading, but I do feel that something is causing burdens with the Ten of Wands in this reading. And I think there are a few solutions. Like I said, your environment, make sure that you're creating an environment of success. The Chariot with the King of Swords, finding an expert, and also Page of Swords, learning on your own. I would do all three because then you'll solve your problem very, very quickly. I actually don't think it's a bad reading. I feel this is saying you could be removing some significant burdens, if you do these things. So that's what I'd be doing if I were you, Aquarius. But let's see what else wants to come up. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this drama card. I would avoid drama at all costs. There could be some drama, or some of you could be dealing with a drama queen. I would just be careful of that, with this energy for sure. Next, you have this assertion card. I do feel like the more you assert yourself, the better. Just looking at the astrology, there's a very assertive. There are benefits to being assertive, is what I'm trying to say. I say it in every single reading to everyone. Be bold, be assertive, right? And the reason is because, like I just said, that's where we get the most benefits. So I would be bold and assertive. That's where the most success is going to come from. You have this influence card. For some of you, if you went through a breakup, or if there was a third party, it could be that a person influenced the connection. That could be what they're coming in to tell you. So again, like I said, be careful. Although I do feel it could be a little bit healing. Next, you have this restlessness card. If I do feel like you are feeling restless, that 8 of Cups, uncertainty. When we feel uncertain, we can feel restless. So what I would say to you is can you channel that energy into a creative project? Can you channel it into your health, right? Improving your health, going for walks or exercising. Don't just let that, restlessness build up inside of you, right? I feel like this is encouraging you to channel it into something. I don't care what it is. Could be writing, could be whatever. And you might be sitting there saying, I don't feel like doing any of those things. Yeah, that's true. But the second you start doing them, then I feel like you're going to feel better. Then you will feel like doing them. So do it. And finally, you have this versatility card. Everybody's been getting these cards of versatility and adaptability, just because I feel like the universe wants us to be open to as many ways of doing things as possible. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords says you're only thinking of one way of doing things or overcoming a problem when there's a million. So, be open. But pretty interesting reading here, Aquarius. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.